สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Morning Thailand of the 9th of August 2013. I am Tulip Naksampop.
And I'm Wanasan Kurahong.
And do we have good news to start with today?
We do, because finally after, we have heard about the whole safe landing, but emergency landing of Nok Air in Trang International Airport. And of course they try to pull this particular plane off the runway, but it seems like it's encounter a lot of difficulties because they say that the wheel itself sunk into the ground about 70 centimeters. So 70 centimeters doesn't seem like a lot, but it's actually quite a bit for a heavy metals like that. So they say that I think it made the safe landing on the 6th, and yes, on the 7th and the 8th, the entire day, Trang International Airport has to be shut down. And of course, finally today at 8:20 a.m. they will reopen again. Now, just to give you a little bit more information on this particular case, they say that at this point, Nok Air obviously has came out and voiced their concern, and of course they are trying to find ways to compensate for a lot of losses, because mind you, it took 9 hours before the team were able to actually pull the aircraft out of the runway. They say that at first they even thought about perhaps having a balloon to lift it up. However, obviously that due to the heaviness of this particular plane, they ended up have to use a big sheet of metal to be there and use the crane to drag it out. Now they say that at this point, like I mentioned, they will open again at 8:20, and the Don Mueang Trang Airways route, from Don Mueang to Trang Airport will start, especially for Nok Air at 8:20 and again for Air Asia at 9:20. So those of you who were destined for Trang province, then you are ready to actually take the plane, because I know that a lot of people are actually were hoping that the airport will be open soon, because obviously Trang province is situated down south, and to drive there is quite a long drive. Now they say that one of the people that get affected by this, Kun Vinay Patanakovit, has talked to the reporter in Trang province, Thairat reporter in Trang province, saying that he was one of the 42 passengers that day, and yesterday he received a phone call from Nok Air customer service, or Nok Care they call it. And
that's cute.
Yeah, and they say that due to the fact that he has been quite a regular customer and flying from Trang to Don Mueang Airport and from Don Mueang Airport to Trang all the time. Right now they are offering him a compensation, so meaning that he can actually pick a date that he would like to fly in and out of Trang once again, and they would actually do that for free for them, and he just have to tell them beforehand. So that means that there are some kind of a compensation ongoing if you actually one of those 142 and you feel like you haven't get contacted at all. Exactly. Well, it is a safe landing.
Yeah.
and the thing is, I think a lot of problem occurred because of the weather problems, as well as the fact that apparently one of the passengers, who also the VIPs passengers, said that they have to talk to the authorities to try to expand the airport and renovate it as well, because they believe that the runway might not be in the
good condition.
Yeah, good condition or wide enough.
Excellent condition.
Exactly. So they were hoping that there would be some kind of improvement and such. Now, talking about bad weather, of course, I report about the Mangkhut tropical storm.
It's my favorite fruit, actually.
Yeah, so it is really cute. I like the fact that they actually call it Mangkhut instead of just mangosteen and such. But Mangkhut tropical storm, of course, is to hit Thailand, and at this point, the Department of the weather, meteorological department has came out already and talked about a warning in 26 provinces altogether, especially up in the north as well as the northeast.
That's like 1/3 of the country.
Exactly, but the thing is, they were afraid of flash floods, and you know, we have reported before about the closure of several of the national parks, or a warning of do not get into a river, or do not, you know, when you play within the waterfall itself, try to be more careful because there's more risk of flash flood. As you can see there in the picture, this particular orange color, those are up in the north as well as you know,
some province in the northeast.
Yeah, exactly. And they say that at this point, due to the fact that it's not just the Mangkhut tropical storm, don't forget we still have a little bit of experiences from the impact from JB tropical storm as well, because it's actually situated not far from us. So be a little bit more careful, watch out for a lot of rains, obviously, and you know, try to listen to the authorities' announcement, because sometimes you might need to remove your belonging up to the 2nd floor if you're in the risk area. And in some places there are report of road cut off, as well as bridges that has been cut off. So be a little bit more careful, and you know, at this point, if you can refrain from actually going out in open waters or open area, excuse me, where there's a lot of rain and perhaps flood, that would be great too, because don't forget, sometimes we do hear a report of the electrocution. People get electrocuted because some electricity just kind of release out in the water due to, I don't know, I'm not sure why, but sometimes, you know, we got hanging wires here and there.
Naked wired hanging.
Yeah, and sometimes it does cause that. So be a little bit more careful if you're gonna go out. If you can refrain from it, please do so. All right. Now
next news. It's more like a routine now. Every time I'm sitting on this desk, there will be this kind of news to report to you guys.
Unfortunately.
It's a lot of them today, but we will just talk about the big one. Yesterday, late morning, the police able to arrest 3 Taiwanese and 1 Thai person at Maple Hotel, actually right here in Bangkok, together with the 237 kilogram of heroin that worth 426 million baht, along with a Toyota Fortuner that the police able to find out later is actually a stolen car. Normally when we heard about drug arrests, most of the time they have their own car. This is just a bit strange for me that, anyway, it's just a stolen car. So the police able to get the tip off that there will be some kind of drug transfer in Thailand before it's sent to the 3rd country. In this case will be Hong Kong. So they actually able to locate this drug at another hotel, not the Maple Hotel, in also just the skirt of Bangkok. This soil called La San Street in Bangkok. But all these drug traffickers, they somewhat able to detect that there are some police officers following them. So they move from that particular hotel to Maple Hotel. Finally, they got arrested anyway. And after that, the police able to arrest another 3 Chinese that's supposed to pick up all this heroin, and supposedly will fly to Hong Kong yesterday around 12:30 p.m. So good thing that doesn't happen. They said that if all this heroin able to get to the 3rd country, chances it will go up to 8.5 billion baht, the total price. It will be like 20 times higher. And yeah, the car stolen from Nakhon Ratchasima, and the guy, there's only 1 Thai person involved in this whole thing. He said, of course, this is the first time, and he got 1 million baht for facilitate or helping out with this drug transferation. And this moved from the north of Thailand. Also, another event a little earlier than the first one. the same day, this happened in the, it's the road connect between Chiang Rai and Phayao province by the, it's the joint task force between the police of two provinces, of course, Phayao and Chiang Rai. The police able to arrest 28-year-old Hmong Hill tribe, Hmong ethnic, with 4.2 million methamphetamines. And he's actually driving this. He has his own car, pickup, on the way to Phayao. Just plain hidden. I would say plain hidden because there's nothing fancy about how to hide this thing for this guy. They just put it in the back of the pickup truck and cover it with some kind of tarp or canvas. The suspect confessed that he just picked up all this methamphetamine from Chiang Rai, and it just have to be rested in Phayao province before they send out to Bangkok. The police didn't say whether this is the first time, the second time, or how much he got hired for. But on the same day, the same group of the police officer also able to arrest more people, another two Hmong ethnic in Chiang Rai province, along together with 400,000 methamphetamine pills and 3 cars. They at the road between Chiang San and Chiang Khong in Chiang Rai province. They said they just pick up some meth from Mae Sai and they're driving along the border Mekong River before they will just move it to Chiang Kham. So police believe that the one that they arrested earlier in the pickup truck, the 4.2 million meth, and this one is probably connected to each other, like the same network. And they believe this will connect to Yise trafficking ring.
Okay, that's a big drug lord.
And they believe that all of this methamphetamine came from Myanmar, Tachilek.
Oh, okay.
Tachilek province in Myanmar. So after that, they also, and they said all of this, if it's able to get to the destination, it will worth 1.1 billion baht. Okay. And this is just the two big one we're talking about. Yesterday, there's just a little bit here and there, Udon Thani, in Songkhla, and all that stuff.
All right.
That's a big one.
Yes, that is a big one.
It's the international drug trade.
Now, talking about international, the next news is also international. We have heard a lot about the criminals from abroad seems to find Thailand a great place to hide and reside. Now, apparently yesterday the police were able to arrest 4 Americans altogether with arrest warrants from various states. Oh. Let's go for the first 2.
Do they have some kind of seminar in Bangkok?
Anthony Michael Maki, as well as his wife Julie Ann Maki, was actually were arrested yesterday. Not yesterday, but back on the 1st of August. However, yesterday was when the police actually brought them together and make an announcement. Now they were arrested in Surat Thani. The Minnesota states actually have arrest warrants against them for money laundering. So those 2 were arrested. Another case was actually arrested on the 1st of August as well. Matthew White. Matthew was actually got a Carolina State arrest warrant against him for possession of marijuana, and of course he also grow them, he sells them, and I'm pretty sure that he probably used them as well. So right now
quality control.
Yep, and he was arrested in Khon Kaen back in the 1st of August. Now moving on to another person, Ronnie Lee, also American. He got arrest warrant from Hawaiian state for child pornography.
Oh.
Yes. So at this point, they will extradite all these 4 American criminals back to the United States to, get on with their cases. But of course, one person apparently, I'm not quite sure why he is not there, but he ended up being the only person with the picture, because the rest just put on
That's
masks
strange.
and such. Yeah, but anyhow.
Why they have to cover themselves? They
because,
should be,
well, they're ashamed, I guess, of what they did. So, yep, that's an update for you for international criminals.
Okay, before we take a short break,
Right.
I have another news for you. This is just this is another homicide. But I would say it's pretty brutal because this
Yeah, it's quite sad because the thing is,
the victims and the person that the police is pursuing is actually engaged to each other and supposed to be married, supposed to have their wedding at the end of this month. So they were using their friends' facilities, the bride-to-be facilities, to negotiate, to talk among the grooms and the bride-to-be. The groom is the 35-year-old Thosapon Haekla, and the bride-to-be is the 28-year-old Gewalin Hong Thong. This is what people got from what you see right now is the caption. Previously is the capture from the CCTV camera of the crime scene. It happened at the modified shop in Chonburi. The police got notified at around 6:30 p.m. yesterday. So when they get to the crime scene, they found a body of Vimon Hong Thong, 53-year-old. Police find out later that she is the mother of another person, another body. Next to her is 28-year-old, the fiance that I told you earlier, Miss Gewalin Hong Thong. Apparently, Gewalin supposed to have a talk with her fiance, Mr. Thosapon, and they all sit together with the mother of the bride-to-be and another two person, which is the owner of the place. Not suddenly, Mr. Thosapon just in a rage take out his gun, 9mm, shoot his fiance two shots, and she's just, I believe, immediately killed. And then the mother of the bride-to-be tried to run away, but he able to shoot her 4 shots. So the mother passed away as well. So the police, the thing is, the police able to identify him, of course, and they have the footage from CCTV. And the guy even danced to the CCTV before he left the scene and said that
he even he
knows, and he says,
despite the fact that he knew at the time, he still did it.
And the police found his car left only 3 kilometers away from the crime scene, and people saw him hop on the motorcycle to go out somewhere. So I believe soon enough the police will be able to arrest him.
Yes, let's hope so. Well, it's one of those cases that you really hope that you don't have to talk about and hear.
I don't get this. You love the person so much that you can kill the person?
Sometimes you're not, human nature. You can't really predict, really. Well, let's take a short break.
Okay.
Just get away from that. And of course, we have updates on the famous actress and local politician. We promise you that we're going to tell you about the announcement. We will tell you later on. And of course, also the whole PTT and what they're going to do with the oil spill case. So please stay tuned.